Good morning, good morning, or good afternoon or good evening if you're choosing to do this practice at another time with a recording. Lovely to see some of you this morning. Sorry it's a little bit late, I've been having some problems with Zoom, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll stay online this time. Okay, so I read an article recently that really got me thinking. If I asked any of you to describe what your idea of a perfect day would look like, I'm sure that we'd all come up with completely different answers. If I asked my husband what his perfect day is, I'm sure that his would involve lying on the sofa, watching some film or reading an Agatha Christie book, drinking cups of tea, and not doing very much at all. I think that would be his idea of a perfect day. I think that would be my idea of hell. I'd have to be up and doing something, maybe some cooking, definitely some yoga, a walk, something that would involve making or doing something. So it was with some curiosity that I read an article in the paper to say that scientists in the States have now come up with an algorithm or a formula for what would make the perfect day, what constitutes the perfect day. So the way they did it, they analysed a group of people who spent time on 100 different activities, ranging from doom scrolling on their phone to exercising, socialising, seeing friends and family. They then looked at what those participants called a better than typical day and clocked how much time was spent doing activities on those days. And then from that, they built the formula. Here's a perfect day. This is what's on the menu. 6 hours of quality time with family, 2 hours with friends, 1.5 hours socializing. I'm not sure what the difference is between the friends and the socializing, but make of that what you will. A 6-hour work day with a brief 15-minute commute maximum, 2 hours of exercise, and 1 hour maximum of screen time. And that apparently is our perfect day. Now, I don't know about you, but I read that and thought, oh my goodness, I'm exhausted. I'm shattered before I've even started. And I thought, my goodness, I just don't know how I would fit the time in for all of those things. You'd be rushing from thing to thing. That would be my idea of not a perfect day at all. Again, an idea from a day from hell, constantly looking at your watch. Am I spending the accurate amount of time doing this particular activity? Now, I don't know if you remember a film that was out a good few years ago called About Time. It was a Richard Curtis film. It had Bill Nye in it. And in the film, Bill Nye had a rare talent. He was able to time travel, which he passed on to his son. And his son, Tim, kept going back in time to the moment where he met his girlfriend. And what he tried to do every time he went back was to make that moment even more perfect, even more memorable. And then as time went on, he decided or he realized that the real trick was simply to live in the moment without recourse to any Time Lord antics. And this is what he said when he finally realized that it was never going to be a perfect moment. We're all traveling through time together every day of our lives. All we can do is do our best to relish this remarkable ride. And in the end, I think I've learnt the final lesson from my travels in time. The truth is, I now don't travel back at all, not even for that day. I just try to live every day as if I've deliberately come back to live this one day, to enjoy it, as if it was the full, final day of my extraordinary, ordinary life. And I thought that's pretty much is what a perfect day should be, making the most of whatever each and every day has in store for us. So as you rest your hands down onto your body, palms facing up or palms facing down, whatever works for you today, closing down the eyes, allowing yourself a moment to come to this present moment, trying to put aside whatever has preceded this moment this morning, whatever busyness, whatever worries, whatever tasks might have taken up your time. Now it's your time to allow the body and the mind to come together in that perfect union of yoga. I think those are wise words from Tim in About Time, that surely the perfect day is simply to try and live each and every day to its fullest, acknowledging that some days might indeed be better than others. And the trick, surely, is not to carry forwards with you anything negative, anything unpleasant from the preceding day, and let that colour or cloud the rest of the week, the rest of the month, the rest of your year, seeing each day as that opportunity to create the perfect day for you. So let's bring the fingertips onto your chest now. And just start very gently to breathe into your chest, feeling the fingertips just resting lightly on your body, acknowledging and feeling the rise and fall of your chest with the breath. That life force, prana, energy, chi, whatever name we wish to give it, breath carries us through each and every one of our days. So as you bring the hands down onto the ribs now, and just see if you can feel that outwards expansion into your fingertips. Chest still rising, ribs expanding and opening as you inhale, and maybe contracting underneath your fingertips as you exhale. And finally, resting one hand on top of the other onto your belly. Just take a couple of nice deep breaths there, drawing the breath right down into those lowermost lobes of your lungs. Relishing this opportunity to slow things down a little bit, to move the body mindfully. And then releasing, bringing the hands once more down onto the thighs, fingertips pointing forwards. And drop the chin down towards your chest. And a slow roll of the head from side to side, rolling your chin across your collarbones. Maybe pulling the head back a ways as you come over the shoulder. So you're getting a little stretch into the neck, nothing too hectic. Just feeling your way into your body this morning. The next time you're over to the right side, let's pause. Just start to lift and lower your chin, like you're doing a very slow nodding action. Pulling the chin away from your chest, and then dropping it back down, all the time keeping that little angle of the neck so we're getting a nice stretch in that opposite shoulder. And then we come back through center and we roll over to the other side. And again, that little nod of the head, chin stretching away, opening up through the throat before it drops back down to the chest. Just do a couple more of those. See how that feels this morning. And then we'll bring the head all the way back down towards your chest. Lifting the head, blinking the eyes open, bringing the hands onto your shoulders. I'm going to start by circling the elbows. And maybe you want to keep those elbows quite low and close to the body. Or maybe you start to make the movement a little bigger as you open up into the chest, beginning to draw the elbows back a little ways. Again, seeing how that feels. And then we'll just change direction. So we bring those elbows the opposite way. You might notice that one kind of side of the body, one shoulder feels a little tighter than the other this morning. We're not butterflies. We're not creatures of symmetry. And then coming to center, let's lift the elbows and try to keep the elbows level with your shoulders. We'll squeeze them towards each other in front of you and then pull them back. Inhale. Exhale, we squeeze and press. Don't worry if the elbows don't come exactly to touch. Maybe they just come shoulder width apart, whatever feels right for you. Let's do that a couple more times. Feeling a nice stretch across the upper back. We're going to keep the elbows nice and wide as we open up into a cactus, so your palms are facing forwards. Turn the palms to face you as you now once more begin to bring the elbows towards each other and turn the palms away as you draw them back. So we squeeze, 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 palms facing you, and then open up, drawing the elbows back. You might bring the arms a little further back behind the body to feel that stretch across the chest. And then keeping the elbows level with the shoulders, we're going to straighten the arms up towards the sky and then squeeze the shoulder blades together as you bring the elbows down towards your waist. So we inhale, we stretch up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, bring the elbows down towards your waist. So as you do that one a couple more times, really get the sensations of squeezing the shoulder blades together behind you. Let's do that one more time, activating all the muscles of the upper back. We're going to come into that little cactus again. Now trying to keep your head between your arms. We'll take an inhale. And as you exhale, take a little dip over to the right side. And then back to center. And then over to the left side. Let's do one more each way. So we're shortening the waist. As we do that little tip, try and keep the arms as they are, the head as it is in the middle. Let's come back to center. We're coming over to the right, pause. And go ahead and bring the right hand down onto the chair. We'll stretch the left arm over the top of the head. A little bit more for the neck. So we're going to look up under your armpit and then down, down, down towards the floor. So we take the gaze up towards the sky and then down towards the floor. Let's do that one more time, keeping the stretch, working into the neck. Let's come back up through the center, back into that little cactus, pause, over to the left hand down, right arm stretches over the top of the head. And again, we take the gaze up and down just a few times, mobilizing into the neck. And obviously, if that's a little bit too much for your neck today, just find that comfortable position. Let's come all the way back to center, back into that little cactus. And now round the back, bring the hands down onto your knees, hug navel to spine, and feel that nice stretch between your shoulder blades. Lovely. And then we'll roll ourselves up. If you've got the ball behind you, you might want to pop it down on the floor now, just so it doesn't fall out. You're going to start to bring your hands in front of you, almost like you've got your forearms stacked, and start to roll the arms. I call this my Elvis roll. So you're doing a little roll of the arms. Going to come forwards, over to the right. Going to take the arms all the way up, over to the left, and round we go again. So you're drawing that little circle, starting to warm up the body, warming up the wrists and the shoulders. Let's do one more in this direction. Come back to center, and then pause, change the roll, and then change the direction of the circle. So how fast you're moving, that little roll will depend on you. Oh, I can go along my shoulders. Let's come all the way up and all the way back. Continue to do that little roll. And then release. Give the hands, the arms, a little shake, shake. Beautiful, beautiful. So holding onto the chair now, I'm going to lean back a little ways, lifting one leg up. But just point and flex your foot. Oh, I got a good crack of the ankle there then. So pointing and flexing the foot, feeling that nice stretch in the back of the leg and into the ankle. And then we'll swap sides. So we're going to lift up and point and flex. Yeah. So you can decide whether you want to do this separately with alternate legs or lean back. We're going to lift both legs up and just start to circle your feet. Circle your feet now. So we're keeping the inside edges of your feet together. Circle one way and then all the way around the other way. So a little circle, and then release. Bringing both feet down underneath you. I'm going to take the arms forward. So from our feet to our fingers and our wrists. Connect your thumb and your little finger. Give it a little squeeze. And then thumb to first finger. Give it a squeeze. Thumb to middle finger. Thumb to ring finger. and back to your little finger. So just see if you can move along your fingers now, thumb giving a little squeeze. And we have a sense called proprioception. And proprioception is an awareness of where your body is in space. So it enables us to pick something up maybe when we're not looking at it. It enables us to right ourselves when we trip so we don't fall over, regain our balance. So see if you can begin to engage that sense by closing the eyes and begin to sense where those fingertips are. You might miss that a couple of times, that's okay. Little press. Feeling the stretch in the fingers across the palm. And then pause, blink the eyes open. Again, give those wrists a little circle. And then right hand comes forward. So let's connect the thumb and the little finger again. Other hand takes hold of those remaining 3 fingers. And we stretch the arm forward. So you're pulling those 3 fingers down. See if you can straighten your elbow, drop the shoulder, and feel a lovely stretch up the wrist there. All the ways up the arm. And then release that hand, right hand presses forward. So you're saying stop. Other hand might come over the top. And this time we're pulling the fingers back towards the face. Beautiful. Give that hand a little shake, shake. Other side. Left hand, thumb, little finger. Other hand takes hold of the remaining 3 fingers. Arm straightens and we pull the wrist down. Pull the fingers down, opening up into the wrist. And then release. Stop sign with the left hand. Over the top, pull the fingers back towards you. And release. Lovely. From the hands up to the shoulders. So let's bring left hand onto right shoulder. We're going to take that right arm out to the side and just start to turn the palm, feeling that nice rotation in the shoulder. So little finger up and then thumb is up. So just see if you can move into the shoulder without the body rolling backwards and forwards. So we're really trying to get into the shoulder there. And so many of us, by the end of the day, we find our shoulders are hunched forwards. So this is just, again, waking up the muscles to do the reverse of that. As well as rolling them inward, we open up. And then we'll swap sides. And you might, again, notice that one side feels different. So the body isn't moving. It's the movement from the shoulder. So you should feel that underneath your right hand there, what's going on in your shoulder joint. Beautiful. And then release. Lower the arms, give the shoulders a little roll. And now both arms are out to the side, level with the shoulders. We're going to turn the palms up to the ceiling and then down to the floor. So palms up and palms down. Shoulders away from ears as we just feel again that rotation through the shoulders. Now pause with your palms up. You're going to keep the right palm up, left palm is down. And then we swap. And then we swap. Now you can stay here, just turning one up and one down. If you want to add, next time right palm is up, we look right. And then we swap sides. So you're looking over that arm where your palm is facing up to the sky. How are you doing? You getting the coordination? So palm up, we look towards. And release, both palms facing down. I'm going to push the ribs over to the right. So I'm not dropping the arm, I'm sliding the ribs to the right and back to center. I'm sliding the ribs to the left. See if you can do that a couple more times. We're trying not to drop the arms. You're getting that lovely movement in the waist. Let's do one more each way. Over to the right and then over to the left. And then release. Oh, give those shoulders a little roll. I can feel that in my shoulders. Let's take the feet a little bit wider apart now. So heels are in, toes are out, coming into your goddess pose. Hands on the thighs. Now, depending on how your back feels, will dictate how low down you come over the legs. So as you slide the hands up the legs, we're arching the back. And then rounding the spine as you slide the hands down. So inhaling, pushing the chest forwards, and then rounding down. Just continuing to move with your breath. Again, maybe today your back feels a little tight, so maybe just bring the hands to the knees and hollow out through the belly. So you can decide whatever feels right for you today. Just getting that lovely activation through the front body as you open the chest and then the back body as you come down. Lovely. Do that just a couple more times. Oh, that should feel nice this morning. And then we'll come all the way back to center. Bring the feet a little bit wider apart. We're going to keep that right hand on the thigh. The left hand, we're going to make a hitchhiker thumb. Thumb is up towards the ceiling. And we bring that left arm over towards your right knee. Okay. Now lift the arm up. And as you do so, we start to unfurl the fingers one by one until we're reaching all the way back behind you. Palm is stretched. And here's the hard bit. Can you come back the way you came? This time furling the fingers in one by one until we're left with the hitchhiker. So inhale, we open and stretch, maybe looking over your back arm. And then we come all the way back, starting with the little finger, furling them back in. Lovely. A couple more times. Stretching back, opening the chest, reaching as far back as you can, and then furling the fingers in. Last one, big stretch and open, unraveling the fingers. And then all the way back, over towards the right. And then we'll swap sides, left hand down, right arm over to the side. We've got our thumb up. So we stretch and open the fingers one by one as you open that right arm back. And then starting with the little finger, we close, coming back to that hitchhiker. So unfurl one by one, big stretch back, looking over that back shoulder if you wish. And then unfurl it, and then furling back in. Lovely. And again, just pulling that arm as far back behind you as you can. And then closing off. And release. Gorgeous, gorgeous team. Hands on the thighs. So again, depending on, just turn sideways on so you can see me. Depending on how your back feels, we keep a nice long back. So I'm not rounding the spine, I'm not pushing the chest forwards. I'm trying to keep that lovely long length through the spine. Chin tucked ever so slightly down. Just going to hinge forwards, coming into that flat back. And then come all the way back up. So how low you go depends on how you feel, coming down with that lovely flat back. Coming down, straight down the middle. Lovely. One more time, coming straight forwards, chin stays tucked. Now both hands on your right thigh, we're coming over to the right. Lovely long spine, stretching out through the back. Just a couple more. And what we're trying to do is start to wake up through the core. So we're not dumping all the weight in the hands. Think about the back and the core supporting you as we swap sides, hands on the left thigh. So you're angling the body slightly towards that left thigh as you gently lengthen before coming back to center. So we lengthen and then back to center. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's walk or help those feet back underneath you. Okie dokie, warming up, building up some heat in the body now. So feet hip width apart, right hand comes to the shoulder. Then stretch up towards the ceiling as far up as you can, not coming over the top, but a lovely upward stretch, and then hand to shoulder. Then we come down towards your ankle or your shin, and then back to shoulder. And now hand across the chest on the diagonal, and back to shoulder. So we go up, forwards and down, and then across on the diagonal. So see if you can find that lovely mobility through the side body, through the spine, as you make that movement as big or as small as feels right for you today. We come down, down, down towards the floor, and over to the side. One more with the right arm, lifting up, reaching down, and then all the way across. Right hand on the thigh. Should we try that on the other time? So nice and slow, we reach up, hand to shoulder, down towards your shin, your ankle, hand to shoulder. And now across the body on the opposite direction. So we're stretching the back. So up, we come down, and we stretch across. So you get that little rhythm going for you. So it's not a side bend. We're elongating through the side of the body and then across. So up and down and across. One more time, reaching up, reaching down and across and release. Beautiful. Both arms are going to work in unison now. So hands on the shoulders. I'm going to come up, hands to shoulders. Out to the side, like we did before, hands to shoulders. Towards the floor, hands to shoulders. Right wrist over left wrist. And now pull the elbows back, 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 squeeze the shoulders. And again, we come up, we come down, we come out, left over right, and then squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the shoulders back. Twice more. So we're going to change the wrist on top every time. We come down, we come out. Can you remember right over left and then draw the elbows back? Last time, so this time it's going to be that left wrist on top. We're coming all the way down. We're reaching out to the side. Left wrist in front. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the elbows back. And release. Lovely, lovely. So we're going to hold either behind or in front of your right knee and bring that knee up towards the chest. You're sitting up nice and tall, so think about bringing knee to chest rather than chest to knee. Any knee issues, hold behind the knee so you're not squashing the knee joint. And then release, and then other side. So again, you can hold in front or behind the knee as you give it a squeeze and a lift. Let's do one more each way. Feeling that nice stretch underneath the leg into your bottom. And up. This time you're going to pick up your right knee. Left hand might be on the thigh or the chair as you open and close the knee. So just get some nice movement, some mobility into the hip. How does that feel? So you can make the movement really small. If you don't like moving the leg, you can even keep the ball of the foot on the floor and just open and close the knee. And then we'll swap sides. So we're going to pick up the left knee. I'm going to hold the chair with the other hand for a bit of support and just pull the knee back and forth. And then come back to center. I'm going to come up to stand now. So if you don't want to stand, all you're going to do is lift your heels, then drop your heels and lift your toes. So you're going to roll across your feet. If you're coming up to stand with me, hands on the thighs, push yourself up and come to stand just behind your chair there. Just behind your chair. So I'll stand sideways on, so again you can see what I'm doing. Let's move that chair back and I'll take my socks off so you can see my feet. So feet about hip width apart. I'm finding that lovely length through the spine. We're going to pick up the heels, pressing into the base of the big toe, and then drop the heels and lift the toes. So we're just going to rock back and forth a few times. When you rock back, try not to go too far, otherwise you might overbalance. We don't want any accidents. So a little rock back and forth over your toes. Lovely. And then let's come back through the center, rising up onto your tiptoes. If you're feeling good and balanced, stay there as you take one hand off the chair and release. Stay lifted up on your tippy toes as you take the other arm up and come all the way down. This time we'll drop the heels. Now keeping your bottom underneath you, so we're not sticking the bottom back. We're just going to drop the knees. Knees are tracking forwards and then come all the way up. So we drop the knees. Knees aren't knocking in, they're coming towards your toes. Let's do that one more time. Drop, drop, drop. And come all the way back. Give the legs a little shake, shake. Okay. So you're going to come and stand towards the left side of your chair. Okay. From there, lift up onto your tiptoes and take a little walk, staying on your tiptoes all the way over to the right. You can use that chair for support. Stay on your tiptoes as you walk all the way over to the left. And again, coming all the way over to the right. And when you get there, drop the heels. Lovely. Drop the knees, bottom stays underneath you. And press up. Drop drop the knees. And come up last time, so we're stretching into the ankles. Coming up. And then just come behind the chair. And then again, step to the right. This is a little harder for balance, so just be mindful. Make sure you've got space around you. This time you lift your toes, so you're on your heels. Same thing. Now walk on your heels over to the right. Keep those toes lifted, so we're working into the arches of our feet, strengthening our feet. Let's come over to the right. And this time we'll do one more over to the left. And pause, flatten the feet. I'm just going to turn sideways on. So this time I'm going to drop the knees. Now from there, push your bottom back, keep the knees bent, push your bottoms back, keep the knees bent, bring your bottom back underneath you, and then we straighten up. So we drop, we rock back with your bottom, we rock forwards into the balls of the feet, and we rise up. And again, we drop, we push back with your bottom, you bring the hips forwards, we stand up, adding on. We drop, we push the bottom back. Now from there, we're going to straighten the legs, whatever that means for you. Some of you might need to keep a little bend in the knees. And then we straighten all the way up. So we drop, we push back, we straighten the legs coming into that flat back, and we stand up. Last time, we drop, hips push back, legs straighten as far as comfortable. We rise on up and give the legs a little shake. Lovely. So coming back into your goddess. So again, feet nice and wide apart, heels in, toes out. Just the arm movement to start with. So right arm is out to the side. Going to circle the arm over the head, like you're doing a lasso, and out to the side. So we do a circle around the head and out to the side. So we're really trying to get into the shoulders. So I'm not moving my head or my body around, it's the arm moving. Let's do one more. Beautiful. Bring the right hand back, left arm. We circle over the head and out to the side. Over the head. Yeah. So again, body and head stay where they are. And release. We're going to add a little bit of knee bend. Right arm out. So we bend the right knee as you circle the arm and then straighten the leg. So we bend and circle and straighten up. Bend and circle and up. Last time. Beautiful. Hands on the chair, left arm out. We bend and circle and straighten up. So we're trying to get that lovely movement into the shoulder. As you work into the legs now, shifting the weight over that left knee last time. And release. Beautiful. Hands on the chair. Again, keeping the bottom underneath you. Just going to bend the knees. Pushing your knees out towards your little toes. So the knees aren't rolling inwards. We're pressing the knees out as we come down. And then straighten up. So we come down, 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 as low as feels right for you. Now, as you draw yourself upright, think about squeezing and pressing into your heels. It's like you want to bring your inner thighs together as you stand up. Again, bottom isn't sticking out behind you. Okay. And release. So I'm just going to move the chair to one side so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to cross the wrists in front of me. It really doesn't matter which wrist it is. You're going to swap every time. So have a little look. I'm going to bend the knees and circle the arms up in front of the face. And then come back down, other wrist in front. So we bend and circle and up. If it's too much to do both arms, maybe just do one at a time and swap. So it's like you're taking a big jumper off. All the way up. Let's do this one more time. All the way up. And release. Holding onto the chair. Let's bring the feet back underneath you. Give the legs a little shake out there. And come to the front of the chair. Let's sit ourselves down towards the front of the chair there. Lovely. So this time from there, we're going to stretch your right leg out in front of you with the heel on the floor, the toes up towards the ceiling. So circling the arms out and up, take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're coming down, down, down toward your right leg. Let the hands land, maybe on your thigh, maybe on your shin. As you find that nice stretch. Some of you might even be able to take hold of your toes and pull your toes back towards your face, but you see how that feels today. Feeling that nice stretch in the back of the foot, back of the leg, back of the ankle. Really spread those toes as you pull them back. And then hands on the opposite knee. And this time you're flattening your foot. You're bringing your foot flat to the floor and you're pressing into the base of your big toe. Lean forwards little ways. So we're stretching now the top of your ankle. And slide that leg back in. Now, you decide how it feels on your hips. You might just cross right ankle over left ankle and just press the knee away from you. If hips and knees are okay, we're going to bring ankle over knee, coming into our reclined pigeon. Right hand on the knee. Now, I read something about stretching this week, and they were saying that passive stretching doesn't suit everybody and maybe doesn't do quite as much work as we thought it did when it comes to stretching tight muscles. So what we can do is we can move in and out of that stretch. So if you want to have a little play, we reach the arms out. You reach forwards over the legs, pressing the knee away, and then we come back. So you reach forwards and then come back. You reach forwards and back. Nice. Either keeping ankle over ankle, or this time crossing right knee over left knee. See if you can bring that cross above the knee and squeeze the thighs together. Left hand on the outside of the leg. Pull the knee in towards you as you start to twist the body round to the right. And maybe reach the right arm back behind you. Thumb is up. We're not rolling backwards. You're pushing your chest forwards as you take your gaze over that back arm if it feels good. Nice steady breaths there as you do that final stretch, opening up through the chest. And then coming all the way back to center. Let's bring both feet underneath you. So we'll start with that little hamstring stretch. Let me just angle my chair. So left foot in front of you this time. So have a little wiggle forwards on the chair there to make sure your leg is straight. Otherwise, we're never going to stretch that hamstring out properly. So you want that left leg straight. Arms reach up. And then we come down over the leg. How low you go depends on how your hammy feels. Some of you might reach your toes. Some of you might keep your chest high and your hands on your thighs. You decide. Whatever feels right for you. That should feel quite nice in the back of the leg. And then both hands on the opposite knee. So this time we flatten the foot. So you're bringing the foot down to the floor. And again, we're pressing into the big toe. You don't want the ankle rolling out to the side there towards the little toe. It's going to damage or destabilize the ankle over time. We want to strengthen the arch of our foot all the way up the inner seam of that leg. Sliding the feet in underneath you. Either left ankle over right ankle, pressing the knee away from you, or again, this is my stiffer side. Ankle over opposite knee, again, pressing the knee away. So maybe that passive stretch works well for you. Maybe you just want to hold there, pressing the knee away. Or we can try that undulation in and out, arms in front. We rock forward, so that knee isn't popping up. As you rock forwards, I'm actively pressing the knee away. So you've really got to think about keeping that stretch active as you move the body. So don't forget the lower body as the upper body starts to move. You come back to center. Now again, you can keep ankle over ankle or left leg crosses tightly over right. Right hand gently turns you round towards the left. Maybe reach the left arm back. Thumb is up. Again, we're not collapsing. We're pressing the chest forwards to deepen that stretch across the chest there. And bring the arm back, uncross everything. Give the feet a little shake, shake. And then from there, sitting up nice and tall, let's cross one arm over the other. Hands on the shoulders, dropping the chin down towards the chest. Just start to roll the head very gently from side to side as we start to slow things down now. You did a little head roll at the beginning of practice and maybe feels a little different now. And then chin to chest without overthinking. The underneath arm, we slide out and bring it on top. And again, we do that little head roll, side to side. Slowing down that movement until you bring the head to center, the body to stillness. Letting those arms just drop down onto your thighs or in your lap. Take a moment there to allow the body to absorb and digest the effects of a practice this morning. And I want to finish this morning just by reading you a lovely poem or reading I read recently, which again encourages us to live in the present moment, taking each day as it comes. Life and all its good and bad and ugly things, scary things which I would like to forget, beautiful things which I would like to remember. The whole messy, lovely, true story of myself pulses within me. I believe that the sun shines, if not here, then somewhere. Somewhere it rains, and things will grow green and wonderful. Somewhere inside me too, it rains, and things will grow green and wonderful. And then I know I am alive. I am alive. I am alive. And what a gift that is. So that moment of gratitude for the rest of the day ahead of us. An opportunity to embrace every moment of it. And like Tim in About Time, to really live each day to its fullest. The extraordinary ordinariness of our lives. And bringing the hands together at the heart, allowing your shoulders to drop away from the ears. Let's take a lovely united breath in together, circling the arms all the way up and going out and making the most of the rest of the day ahead of you, bringing all of that down to your heart. And namaste. Thank you for joining me again today.